Welcome family, this is the velvetlox with a great video for you today. Now in this video, I want to give you 10 signs and red flags that we miss when we're first meeting the narcissist. So these are the things that I've missed that I could speak about, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to because you probably did the same thing, which is why you also ended up with a narcissist. All right, so let's get into this right now. The first sign I could tell you is usually in the love bombing stage. It's the very beginning of the relationship. All right, you meet this person, they show you interest, and you're looking at it as, oh wow, okay, they really like me. You feel good, you feel special. They want to spend all their time with you. They want to be very generous. They want to make you feel special. So in the beginning, they show their interest, but it can be a little bit over the top. That's a telltale sign right there. Usually when people show you interest, they kind of try to be a little reserved, a little suave with it. Narcissists can be players as well. They're very observant. They seek you out, they watch you, and they kind of see what they can actually do to woo you in. So a lot of the times they like to shower you with their attention. They put you on a pedestal. They make you feel wonderful. All right, they're always wanting to spend their every waking moment with you. They want to text you all the time. They call you a few times during the day, even while they're at work. They want to show you that love interest. They want to make you know that they're interested. The thing that becomes a little bit much is when they want to spend every waking moment with you, to the point where it's a smothering. It kind of makes you feel like you don't have a life outside of that relationship. So be very careful when you meet somebody and the first thing off the bat, they want to be your everything. They want you to spend every waking moment with them. Also be aware of the way in which they want to present you to the world. All right, some narcissists, like my ex-narcissist, when meeting me, he wanted to show me off to everybody. He finally got a dime piece. Thank you very much. Finally got a dime piece. So now he wants to show me off to everybody. I met his mother and father pretty much the first day we met physically. I met the family. Every time it was always, oh, I want to take you to my brother's house. I want to show you up to my brother because his girl is real trash. I mean, all sorts of stuff. They want to show you up to their cousins. They want to take you to all the family events. So be very careful, because in the beginning, they will put you high on a pedestal that nobody can reach you. And that's how they like it. So be very careful when you see that red flag in the person you're meeting for the first time, because it could be a narcissist. Another red flag you need to look out for is how they constantly want to shower you with gifts. And this is where we let our guard down, because we're looking at it as this person is showing interest. This person is really feeling me. But no, you guys, that's their way of conditioning and grooming you for later on. So they shower you with all the wonderful gifts. My ex-narcissist wanted to change everything. Once he got complete into my home, he wanted a brand new washer and dryer. He wanted a brand new bed. He wanted a brand new this. He wanted us to get everything new. So he bought it. All right? Cars. He bought me a truck. Okay, sometimes they want to lavish you with gifts. They want to go away. They want to spend time with you. They want to make you feel like, okay, you can depend on them. So, you know, be very careful with those bearing gifts, because those gifts come with strings attached. And this is in the very beginning stages of the relationship, where it's over the top. Okay, buying little trinkets and little gifts, small gifts here and there is normal. But when it's grandioso gifts, grandioso lifestyle, and they're living and working regular jobs, be very careful. All right, because that person could be a narcissist. Another red flag and sign that I missed in the beginning was they want to really snatch you off the market right away. They want to lock it down right away. They rush into relationships so fast that they really don't spend time getting to know you. They really don't care to get to know you, because they know enough about you. They've already seeked you out. They've already checked you out from a distance. They've already pretty much sensed the kind of person you are based on what they see about you so far, depending on if you have your own place, your own home, if you have other things that are very attractive, like vacation homes. I mean, money, a business, be very careful, because not because you're beautiful and you got so much going on for yourself. No, no, no. And it's all for selfish motives. It's for them to get their hands on what you have. They want what you got. This is the only reason why they chased you, all right, and seeked you out. So they see something valuable in you that they want to have a hold on. So when they try to snatch you off that market real fast in the beginning and lock you down, because if they don't know enough about you and you don't know enough about them, they don't care to know anything about your background. They don't care to know really a lot about you unless it suits their purpose. Be careful, because their way is so that no one else can have access to you, only them. Red flag. Which leads me to the next red flag. They're very possessive. They want you all to themselves. They want you to become dependent on them and only them. They want to be your only source. Okay? They want to be your only supply. They want to be your only solution to whatever it is that you got going on, whatever it is that you need, whatever. All right? They want to be the main person, the only person that you go to. They smother you. You can't breathe. You can't move. If you want to do anything by yourself, it's like you need their permission. Or if you don't invite them, or they don't feel like you want them around, it becomes very toxic. And if they feel like you're rejecting them by wanting space of your own just to breathe, they become very jealous. So narcissists are very insecure with themselves. They have a very low self-esteem. They want you to be their side pocket, their handbag. They always want you at their side. In the very beginning of meeting you, they want that handbag. They want that trophy. So if you could be their arm piece, and this is their dream, especially when you're a good source, when you have value that they see, that they really, really want, you will become their side piece, their Bonnie and Clyde, their ride or die. These are the type of women and men that they want. Somebody that's going to be down for them. So be very careful, because they become very possessive, wanting you all to themselves. Don't want no one near you. Red flag. One of the most important things to look out for is the next red flag. They are obsessively jealous, and they like blame shifting. Narcissists are jealous because they're, like I said, they have no self-esteem, or very, very low self-esteem. So their thoughts are constantly going. They're constantly thinking. You could be out in public. They're constantly looking. If anyone looks at you, they become jealous. If anyone says hi or smile at you, they become jealous. And not only jealous, but then they become enraged. They start blaming you. All right? Blaming you for just looking how you look. You could be a beautiful person. Well, or else they wouldn't have picked you. You could look really nice. You could look simple. Try to blame you and say this is the reason why these people are looking at you. But at the same time, they want you to dress sexy, nice, swaggy, whichever, okay, whether it's a man or woman. But when you get attention, they get very jealous. And then they flip it around and turn it on you, blaming you at times for the attention that you get. You could be just walking down the street and boop, boop, a car beeps at you. Just know you may hear that conversation somewhere along the line later on, during the day, or somewhere in a close future, because they are very extremely jealous people. So insecure that everything bothers them. It's damned if you do and damned if you don't. They want you to look beautiful. They want you to look great and represent them the right way, but then they flip it on you because they can't handle the attention you get. Just the threat of somebody checking you out is competition, all right? And that puts them in a very nasty mode. That jealousy is not something you want to play with. So look out for those little jealous things that start off small in the beginning, but then they explode into something crazy later on. So watch out for those jealousies and blame shifting. Another part of that blame shifting is they will accuse you of talking to your exes. I remember when me and my ex-nurses was in the beginning stages of our relationship. It doesn't matter what. They like to ask you questions regarding your past relationships, only to use it back and throw it back in your face later on. They want to know, well, how did that happen? How did that relationship end? What was that person like? Don't tell them your past problems, because that is ammunition for a narcissist. They will throw that in your face. They will accuse you of something later on regarding what you told them. They will turn it around and accuse you of even being in contact still with your exes. Even if you and your ex don't even talk, they fabricate things in their mind, constantly thinking and blaming. They're mad, they're jealous, they're bitter, they're angry because you had a past. They had a past, but your past bothers them. Bothers them because that's competition. Even in the ex relationship, you're no longer in that relationship, but it's competition for a narcissist. They hold on to those things. They feel threatened by those things. They feel threatened knowing that there was somebody once in your life that you was with besides them. So they don't want to ever feel as though you had a life. They want to always believe and feel as though they're your life. They're your world. Okay? So just hearing and knowing that you lived before them, baby, watch out for that jealousy and that blame shifting, because it can become very violent and toxic. The third part of that jealousy and blame shifting is you trying to have your own personal time, your own friends, family, your own life. You had a life before you met them. So as you develop a relationship with them, they become very insecure knowing that you have a support system. Knowing that you have friends, you have family, you have male and female friends. That is crazy for a narcissist. They don't like that. A lot of these narcissists go ballistic, wanting to separate you from the opposite sex. If they see you on the phone talking, they will come into the room or come by where you are. They'll talk loud. They'll try to make their presence known to the person on the phone, just so that they can hear, oh, is that a guy? Because they're always thinking that you're being secretive, because that's how they think. So by exposing you, by talking loud, they're thinking, okay, well, that person is going to know that, oh, she got a man. All right, there's a man present or a female present. All right. They're jealous people. They don't like to know that you have contact with other people. Innocent as it may be, they will always think that there's somebody else that you're trying to get with while with them. So be very careful when it comes to these jealous and blame shifting red flags that the narcissist gives. Number 6 red flag would be money. Narcissists are very bad with money. In the beginning of the relationship, of course, it seems like they constantly have money. I don't know where they get it from, but that love bombing phase, when they lavish in you with all these gifts and all of that, this is why I say be very, very careful of those bearing gifts, because that's to condition you for later on. When they're buying you stuff, they're spending all this money on you, they're letting you feel secure and comfortable, feeling that, oh, wow, I got a good one. This person got my back, got my best interest at heart. Well, it's not at all. They're putting all of this investment in you because they're looking for a return. Think about it. It's an investment. You are their property. So this is how they claim you as their property. How they see it, by putting value on you, buying you stuff, spending money on you, paying your bills. Watch out for those that want to handle and take and help you with paying bills, because that's their way of staking claim to you. Narcissists are always in some sort of financial mix-up. They live above their means. They like to buy fancy stuff because they're so insecure within themselves that they feel that these are the things that they need to be attractive. They do these things to make them feel good. It's like an ego booster for a narcissist. So they like to create debt, financial debt. They love using credit. Like this one, he loved using credit cards. Everything was, oh, let's get credit. Let's do this and put it on credit. Knowing that the promise of credit is put it on now and pay for it later. Not to a narcissist. Create the debt now and pay for it never. Because they're going to now shift that responsibility on who? You. You then become the person helping them out with their bills, being partly responsible for their debt. You're the one that they come to financially to rescue them out of their mess. So just be very careful with narcissists and money. They like to live above their means, and it will then become your responsibility if you don't look out. So yeah, another red flag. Now this is another big major red flag. Listen to their words and watch their actions, because a lot of the times narcissists, their words don't never add up to their actions. They make promises, 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 promises. And those promises are never fulfilled. They're usually broken all the time. So be careful of the emptiness in their words. Because a lot of times, if their actions don't line up with what they said, and you don't see a manifestation of that word coming to play, it's all fake. And a lot of times what they say, it's only to get you to feel comfortable and to let your guard down. The confusion part with that is sometimes they will start off doing something and in the beginning, and you're believing, okay, they're really doing it this time. They're really meaning what they say. Narcissists are always inconsistent, and that's with everything. They never stick with something. They're always losing interest fast. They will cause a debt knowing they wanted that thing so bad. They had to have it. But then they fell out of love with it, or fell out of interest in it, and they want to move on to the next thing. So whatever it is that debt is that they created, now they don't have an interest in paying it back. Another thing with them, their words not lining up, is they are bold-faced, pathological, habitual liars, as well as cheaters. You may be a person that is very empathetic and understanding, which is why a lot of us get into that cycle, because we wait and we try to believe that their words are real. We really want to put trust in what they say. We really give them the benefit of the doubt a lot of the times to show and prove. But a lot of the times, pretty much all the time, you're going to be disappointed. You will be disappointed with a narcissist. They never fulfill their promises. They always leave you hanging. All right? Hanging with the load, hanging with the burden, hanging with their baggage. So be very careful when it comes to a narcissist and their words, their promises to pay you back what it is that they borrowed. You are not going to get it back. And if you do get it back, you're going to get it back in teeny little increments, because they want you to constantly keep depending on them, relying on them, coming to them. So be very careful, because they like to use little things to dangle in front of your face like a little carrot on the stick, just so that you are constantly going to them. But they don't pay debts. They don't pay back. So if you help them out, whether it was out of a situation, out of a financial burden, most of the times you're not getting that money back. And if you get it back, it's with a lot of headaches. All right? So don't lend a narcissist money. And don't let them trick you into giving them money, being their ATM machine, nothing of the sort, because they're good for that. Number 8 red flag would be the confrontations, as well as the arguments that you get into with the narcissist. One thing I realized with my ex-narcissist is he liked to provoke problems. He likes to provoke anger. He likes to make things grow. Little foolish things, always looking for a reason to be upset about something. They're never happy people. They're not happy inside. They're full of anger and rage, all right, and jealousy. So imagine how they must be feeling when they see that you're happy, when you're content, all right, and they're not. You're at peace. A narcissist is never at peace. They are constantly stirring up inside of them. Their inner demons are constantly in their heads, constantly in their emotions, constantly. They don't know how to be at peace. So they're constantly always looking for an argument, looking for some sort of confrontation, because that's like food to the narcissist. When they see that you're quiet and you're at peace, that makes them feel uncomfortable, because they're not knowing how you're thinking. They're not knowing what's on your brain. So in order to find that out, what do you think they do? They start picking and poking for an argument just to get you stirred up. And this way they can kind of figure and analyze if you're still interested, what's going on in your brain, whatever the situation is. They don't know how to be still. They don't know how to be at peace. They're constantly making everything about them and their feelings. So when you're at a state of peace within yourself, they will provoke you. They will even accuse you of looking at people, checking out either females or guys, depending on what sex you are. You could be looking at a bird across the street, but because there's people standing in front, he will accuse you of checking out somebody else. Or you could be silently driving with them. They're thinking all the time that you have an attitude.
Why do you have an attitude?
What do you mean? I'm just quiet. I'm watching the road. All right? They like to stir up these confrontations because they're mad inside. They're not at peace. They have a jealous nature. Always looking for validation from you. All the time. This is why I say that self-esteem is so low. Constantly looking for that pat on the back. Constantly looking for that praise and admiration. I guess they think that they're a god because they think that they're above you. They're above everybody. So they're deserving your praise and your worship and your admirations all the time. And when they don't get it, they get pissed off. So be very careful of those red flags. When somebody's self-esteem level is so low, or jealous over the little things, you know, always wanting to jump in and start an argument in the streets, either with people or with you. Be very careful. That's not normal. All right? That's a red flag. Red flag number 9, and this is something that you really have to pay very close attention to because they do this very subtly. Sometimes tactfully, sometimes they just don't give a hoot. Narcissists like to stir up division in your family. They like to stir up confrontational problems. They like to divide you from your support system. They want to divide you from the love of your life, your children, even pets. Narcissists don't want you to be around anybody else. So they want you all to themselves. And even if you're in a family situation, they kind of try to divide your family. They like to play sides against each other. They want to seem like the good guy versus the bad guy. So you got to be really careful because they will even cause division within your own children. All right? They may take one as a favorite, leaving the rest out to feel uncomfortable. That's not cool. So when somebody comes into your home or is around you and they want to kind of keep you sheltered from even people you work with, people you've known all your life, close friends, sisters, brothers, sometimes not so much the siblings, but it's more of the friends and some family members. They're very jealous. They like the division. They like to isolate you from people because when they isolate you from your support system, then they can try and control you. They can manipulate you. They can pretty much beat up on your emotions, disregard you, crush your spirit. They like to divide families. And when they do that, that's when they move in and start stirring up everything as though it was a hurricane. So watch out for those ways when they try to keep you away from your friends and family. That's a red flag that that person's a narcissist. And number 10 red flag that you should look out for with a narcissist is they're promising a fake future. One thing I've said already is that narcissists are very inconsistent. They never complete a lot of the things that they set out to do. They're not team players. All right? They like to put up these fronts that they're interested. Their mission is, okay, we're going to be a family. Let's buy a house together. Let's start having a family. I want you to be pregnant. They want to impregnate you so bad, so fast. They want to buy a house so bad, so fast. But when the time comes now for that responsibility to be taken care of, maintained, they abort it before it even gets to that point. A lot of times, you know, you set out to buy a house with that person, and in the middle of getting ready to start the process, they may all of a sudden become ghosts. They really never intended on really going the distance. They put that false future in front of you, holding on to you, okay? Making you believe and think that we're on the same page, we're working to do this, blah, blah, blah. But their mission is not that at all. They don't like responsibilities. They don't care. So they want to make you feel as though you have something to look forward to holding on to. And it's something that never happens. My ex-narcissist, when he was messing with that 20-something-year-old little girl, that girl half his age, he was making her believe as though they had a future that they were planning. He was trying to get her to pay for his apartment that he didn't have. He couldn't afford it. So he was trying to get her to give him the money for the apartment and trying to say, oh, we're going to do this together. Knowing daggone well that was not for both of them. That was for him so he can have a spot to bring in his side chicks while he's out there playing games. He had her also thinking that they were going to be together by trying to impregnate her so much. They planned on having a child when she didn't even know this man, but only a few months. Okay, maybe 2 months. They like to make you believe the fantasy. And they have no intentions on completing, being consistent, and fulfilling the words that they spoke. They give you fake promises of false future hopes and dreams. This is why a lot of us end up staking into that cycle of disorder for so long, because we're believing that one day we're going to see what they say. Then they bail on you. So they like to make you believe that they have intentions of a better dream and a better life, when in fact it's just a mirage. All right? So be real careful, you guys. These are my 10 red flags that I've learned dealing with this narcissist, and things that I know a lot of you have also been through. So be very careful, be very alert and aware when you're meeting new people, because these are the subtle things that they do to get us all caught up emotionally, mentally, all right? And then when it becomes physical, you're really a goner. You're really a goner. And which a lot of you have already been pregnant, had babies with these people, and may have been left with the whole responsibility of raising them by yourself. Because these narcissists, like I said, they move. They move. They shift constantly, changing relationships. So you're going to be left raising that child by yourself at some point, because that's just how they are. So let's make this awareness real. Let's continue to expose these type of people, to be aware of. They exist. They're everywhere. All right? So listen, you guys, I want to keep my email address right here on the bottom of the video. You can check it also in the description bar, where if you got questions, concerns, you're not sure about, this or that, email me. We can talk behind the scenes. All right? Now, be very careful, be very vigilant, be prayerful, and I got more coming your way. So meet me again in the next video. All right? Are you ready to start your weight loss journey? Because I want to show you how to kickstart that new you body fast. I have this wonderful detox tonic that will have you feeling and looking better in the skin that you're in. And it's the popular Firm and Flat Belly Detox and Energizer Tonic. This tonic will help you to lose inches, cleanse your blood, burns unwanted body fat. This will also flatten your stomach, remove waste, boost your metabolism, and strengthen your colon. This tonic is powerful, and within 4 to 6 hours after taking it, you will definitely have to go. You're going to have a huge bowel movement followed by several more throughout the day. This tonic will remove all of that excess waste stored in your colon, which will have you feeling better with more energy. You can drink 2 to 4 tablespoons in the evening before bed, and by the morning, you are going to have to go, all right? You're going to be going to the bathroom. So you repeat taking this straight for 1 week, and then after that, every other evening to continue removing that toxic waste from your body. Of course, you should eat and drink healthy light meals, as well as do some exercise for maximum results. feel and look better in no time. The Firm and Flat Belly Detox Tonic can be found down below in the eBay store. So hurry and get your bottle while supplies last.